welcome back to my channel. My name is Janet and I have lost over 100 pounds following the ketogenic diet. On my channel you will find a variety of things including what I eat on keto and keto recipes. So make sure that you're hitting that red subscribe button. We would love to have you join the family here, and if you are one of my returning subscribers, thank you so much for being here and welcome back. All right, you guys, today is day one, technically, when you're watching this video, of my BBBE challenge. So I'm so excited to be starting this. Like I had mentioned, I feel like I am in the right headspace to do this challenge, and I feel like it's just time for something different. I always like doing a little bit something different, whether it's like a fast of some sort or changing things up. I feel like it's actually really important to change things up in your diet, whatever diet you are following. I used to change it up when I was on Weight Watchers as well. I would include kind of like an off meal plan once a week, and it worked. It really worked to change your body. Things are getting, like, your body gets used to eating the same things. It gets used to the same calories, the same exercise and everything, and then it just becomes complacent where it's at. So I feel like sometimes you need to recharge and, you know, give it a little bit of a shake and shake things up by doing something a little bit different. And that is what I plan on doing this BBBE challenge. So when I'm recording this, however, it is Saturday, so a couple days ago for you watching, and I am going to be planning my meals. So let's plan a meal. If you have never meal planned before, this video is really going to help you out, and that's kind of what I wanted to do as well. I realized I have never done one of these videos on my channel explaining how to do a meal plan, right? So I am a keto coach as well too, if you don't know. I have a lot of clients and I always do all of the meal planning and the meal prepping, not the prepping, but as far as like the meal, the grocery list, from the planning to the meals. I do all of that for you, so it literally takes the guesswork out for you. You literally just have to tell me your information. I figure out your macros and I make meals according to those macros. Everybody is different, so that's why they are personalized to you. So if you're interested, it's always linked down in the description. I would love to have you as a client of mine. People have had amazing results. So, but I also wanted to share this video with you if you are just starting, if you are learning, if you don't know where to start. I always will recommend making a plan, making a meal plan, a grocery list, and going from there. So I'm excited to start this. Let's get into the video. All right, so what I normally do first if I am starting a challenge, I am a paper and pen girl through and through. So recently, one of my sweet subscribers, they sent me a lot of things. It was an amazing care package that they sent me, so thank you very much. But included with some keto items and some keto ingredients was a notebook and a pack of pens, which I love. Like I'm telling you, this person knew me 100%. So that is what I'm going to be using for this challenge. I always like to write down when I'm starting the challenge, what my weight is, what my measurements are. So I highly recommend you pick up a notepad and a pen, or if you're comfortable doing it in your phone, start a new note section in your phone and write that down. I also do that too for like my ongoing weight. But for something like this and a challenge, I like to write it down on paper. So this is what I have started with. I will show you here. I haven't, obviously, because it is only Saturday today, so I haven't done any of these measurements or weight, but I always write down what challenge I'm doing when I'm starting, all of my stats as far as my weight and my measurements. So these are the measurements that I do. Feel free to do more. I do my hips, my right thigh, my waist, which is like my narrowest part of my waist, and my right arm, which is my bicep. So that is what I do. Everybody is completely different as far as what they measure, but this is how I always start a challenge, and this is how I keep track of them. But what I'm also going to do in this book is I am going to start my meal planning along with my grocery list. So I actually feel like I don't need a lot of groceries. Like I mentioned in yesterday's video, I will link that video up in the cards for you to watch, because it is kind of an exciting video actually that I posted. You can tell my excitement, and you know, we'll see as the days go on and how I'm doing in this challenge, if I'm still as enthusiastic about it. But I really am enthusiastic about this change and about this challenge, and that's why I encourage you to do challenges, because it gets you excited for something different rather than just doing the same old, right? So like I mentioned in that video, is I have a lot of groceries, ingredients for this challenge already, and that was definitely a highlight for me to even start this challenge. I do have a flat of 30 eggs, which I have in the fridge. Our chickens are laying, once again, a little bit. They're laying an egg probably like every other day. I'm not sure which one, but they are starting to lay again, which is amazing news. However, I do need to get through that 30 flat of eggs. So I already have that in mind. So I'm just going to write down the groceries that I have already, and I encourage you to do the same. This is how I utilize things out of my fridge and out of my freezer. Is I will take inventory. Jimmy and I will usually spend an afternoon and take inventory of everything that we have, whether it's keto or not, but in our pantry, in our fridge, and in our freezer. And I rated it all down, and I figure out what meals I can make out of the ingredients and groceries that I already have, because I am one to stock up on a lot of things which I don't even need just because it's on sale. And you know, I don't want those to go bad or freezer burnt or anything like that. So I do that periodically just to like get motivated to use the groceries that I already have, instead of spending another $100 on groceries, you know, when we already have stuff in the house. So I am going to start by writing down that I have 30 eggs, and I feel like that's actually probably, we'll see, but I'm thinking it'll last me hopefully for the 2 weeks. I plan on making Anita's BBE bread, which is quite similar to the protein sparing modified fast bread, but I do want to try her recipe, and that does use a lot of eggs, just like any of those recipes, even my own that I created. It does use a lot of eggs. So depending on that, and especially with me eating eggs, I feel like that maybe 30 eggs will last me the week, but I'm kind of going for this week is what I'm concentrating on. So the 30 eggs obviously will last me this week. Now, we are hunters, so we have, I don't want to say unlimited amount, but we kind of do have unlimited amount of venison, because what we have after the hunting season is enough venison to get us through the next hunting season. So everything that we have in our freezer will last us until November, and then November is another hunting season for us, and therefore we have new fresh meat that we will put on the very bottom of our freezer and use up all of last year's stock first. We have never had any venison go bad. We make sure we actually use butcher plate paper to wrap it and everything in our freezer, but we do kind of have an unlimited source of venison. We are very, very fortunate for that. So we have roast, steaks, ground venison, and we also have breakfast sausages that would be included in this as well. And we also have like the bigger sausages as well too, that would be all included and that I can eat on this BBBE challenge. So I'm definitely going to utilize all of that. So I will not need to buy any beef necessarily, which is a blessing for doing something like this. On the odd occasion, I may get a beef steak, because as you guys know, I do like to have my like AAA grade beef steak in the summer. A venison steak is really good, don't get me wrong. However, I just do like to have at least a few beef steaks during the summer. So I may need to buy that next week, but this week I am definitely not going to worry about that. So I do have unlimited amount of venison, and venison are ruminants, so they are included with the BBBE challenge. Another thing as well that's included is bacon, and I have tons of bacon as well too. I had stocked up before Anita came and visited me, and then I picked up a package of the thick bacon because it was on sale. So I do have one package of regular bacon. I have another package of the thick sliced bacon, and I feel that that's going to last me for the week. Also, we will see, like, I don't know. Once I start getting into the meal planning, then I will be able to decide if I do need more bacon. But for right now, I feel like that's going to be enough, right? And all right, so we have the eggs, the venison, and the bacon. And what I do need to get though before Monday is, well, I know you're watching this today, but is some butter. So I do have some butter. I buy it from Costco. It's like the grass-fed brand, like I don't know what even the brand name is, but it's the grass-fed butter that you buy in Costco. That's what I get, and I have about a half of a pound left, but I feel like I'll need more, and I want more because I use butter anyways. So I think I'm going to get 2 pounds of butter from Costco. So I'm just going to write that down, and that I need 2 pounds from Costco, and that I will probably get tomorrow. We will see. And I might even get it Monday when you're watching this, depending on, because I do have to go to town on Monday. But we'll see. We'll play it by ear. This is just a rough draft. Anything that you do, as far I feel, anything that you do for planning and meal planning and prepping is all, you know, it definitely gets to use, and it's nice to have it prepped and ready to go in your fridge. But things change, right? It changes on a daily. But I feel like I definitely need some more butter. So now comes the fun part. That is kind of like the easy grocery list if you're doing this, is you literally only need to have those things. Now I understand that this challenge may not be for everybody because the beef is so expensive. Oh man, I 100% agree with you. It is ridiculous. We are so blessed and grateful that we are hunters. We provide our own meat. And you know, it's so expensive. I feel for you guys. I totally 100% understand that. However, I know that others can do this just even with ground beef as well too, if you did want to challenge yourself even for a week or 2 weeks like I am doing. But I totally understand that beef is so expensive. So, you know, don't feel bad that you're not joining in and that, you know, it's just not within your budget. I honestly don't even know if I would be able to do this challenge if I did have to buy beef as well. I'm just being 100% honest because it is ridiculous. Even for ground beef. Like for ground beef, you're paying $3-4 a pound. Like that is ridiculous. I remember when it used to be 99 cents a pound. So I totally understand. I want to get that out there. You know, I don't know what else to say. I understand where you're coming from. So let's figure out our meal plan for day 1. All right, so I am a 2-meal girl. I enjoyed 2 meals. I have always been like that, and that's what I will continue to do for this challenge. And like I mentioned, I am not going to drink coffee. I'm actually, Jimmy and I are not big coffee drinkers. We just aren't. Jimmy has his 1 cup every day in the morning before he goes to work, and that is it. And lately, like I mentioned also in yesterday's video, is I'm not a big coffee drinker. I haven't had coffee for a little while now, and I'm okay with not having coffee. I'm going to have my REDMOND Relight Boost is what I'm going to be having in the morning, and I'm going to include that with my water first thing in the morning. Highly recommend it. It's an amazing product. You get the natural caffeine from minerals and green tea extracts, all that are in that powder. It is amazing. Highly recommend that you check it out. It is a good substitute for your coffee if you find that you're having energy drinks or what have you. It does its job, I will say that. So that is what I'm going to be having in the morning. So I'm not going to include that with my meal plan because I already know that's going to be my first thing that I'm going to be having. I don't need to write down my coffee. I could also be doing the egg in my coffee. That is definitely a great thing to be doing on the BBBE challenge. I've made it and I love it. I actually really do enjoy it. I will link a video up in the cards if you want to see me making that. I did it actually on my egg fast and it was really good. I got addicted to it actually. I was having it even after my egg fast. So that is also an option if I feel like I do need to have coffee. Okay, so but I'm not going to write that in my meal plan. All right, so day 1, I'm going to start easy and I am going to have bacon and eggs. So I feel what I'm going to be doing, I'm only going to share with you like probably the first 3 days of what I am doing in my plan. Some of these meals then after that may be repeated, or, you know, a variety of that. Like I might have an egg and bacon scramble instead of like eggs and bacon. So I just want to also share that with you as well too, that I'm just going to share 3 days. We'll see how I stick to it. Make sure that you watch, you know, as time goes on to see if I'm actually following this meal plan. All right, so meal 1 is going to be bacon and eggs. Now, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody that is watching, aka Hope or Anita, but I feel like you can have as much as you want. Is that right? I don't think there is like necessarily a cap on calories or amounts or anything like that. If I wanted to have 6 slices of bacon and 4 eggs, I could. Is that correct? Please rate your comments down below right now if that is correct or not. But that's kind of what I'm going with. All right, I'm not going to include snacks. My snacks will either be hard-boiled eggs or purse bacon. So I'm not going to include my snacks because I feel like that's just going to be something that is prepped and ready for me, and I don't really need to plan out that snack per day, especially when I work from home. I'm at home every day, all day, pretty much. So I'm just going to have those prepped and we will just grab them as we need them. And I feel like that's probably the options that I will have. And all right, so let's go to meal number 2, and I am going to make actually a venison roast. And I'm going to make that in my slow cooker. And how I make my venison is low and slow in this. Obviously everything is kind of low and slow in the slow cooker, but with venison you have to be really, you have to ensure that that's how you're cooking it, whether it's on the stove, in the oven, anywhere, is low and slow. That is the key for venison cooking. So I will definitely be making a roast in the slow cooker with the venison. So I will have that taken out on Sunday night and, you know, start my meal prep and do all of that. Or probably actually, I think I'll probably meal prep tomorrow. And I definitely will record it. And I actually am excited about Wednesday's video. That is going to be the next video that is up, is on Wednesday. And I will be collabing with somebody on Wednesday. So make sure that you tune in, please. It's going to be exciting. And we are going to be sharing lots of meal prep. So make sure you tune in for that. So I definitely will record that. Stay tuned on Wednesday. It's going to be all BBBE meal prepping. All right, so that is going to be meal number 2. And I think I'm going to have, with that, I'm going to put butter on my venison roast after it's done and sliced. I'm going to put butter on it because I love that anyways. And then I think I'm just going to make Anita's BBBE bread. So I'm going to make her bread also on Wednesday. Make sure you stay tuned for that. And that is also what I'm going to have with my roast beef. I maybe will have it as a sandwich. I really don't think I will. I like to have things a little bit separated when I have my fresh roast. The next day I will definitely include maybe a roast beef sandwich or venison, whatever you want to call it. But I think that's pretty good for day number 1. I think that's good. All right, let's move on to day number 2. And I am going to have, you know what I'm going to have? Because I love it so much. Me and Anita were talking about this, is bacon sandwiches. Now, I grew up having bacon sandwiches. I love them so much. My youngest, who is almost 20 now, but Zoe loves bacon, and she loved bacon sandwiches as well growing up all the time. So day 2 for meal number 1 is I am going to be making bacon sandwiches, and that is going to be made with Anita's BBBE bread, and then of course bacon. So I will have Wednesday, I also will be meal prepping some bacon as well too. All right, so meal number 2, what we are going to have for meal number 2 is, you know what, I feel like, you know what I want to make, because I want to have it, because it's so good. I made it by accident. I don't know, I think it was a couple weeks ago, and I had egg salad, It was with like dirty mayo, because that's what I do. It was with Hellmann's. And I added in some sliced up cooked bacon with it. And I just had it like that, ate it like that. And it was delicious. It was so good. So I think I'm going to have that as well. And I'm going to make either some butter mayo or some bacon mayo. Haven't decided yet, but I think I'm going to have that. So egg salad with bacon and some mayo. So whether I make the butter or the bacon mayo, I'm not too sure what I'll do yet, but I think that's what I'm going to have for my meal number 2. So I know that like this doesn't sound like a lot, like egg salad with chopped up bacon and mayo in it, but remember, all of these things are really calorie like condensed. Like all of these things that are included with the BBBE challenge has a lot of calories, macros, and everything. So, and also I'm obviously not going to be having like 2 slices of bacon and 2 slices of bread when I have my bacon sandwich. I'll probably have like 4 slices of bread and like 6 or 8 slices of bacon, like 3 or 4 slices on each sandwich. So just please don't think that I'm not going to be eating enough. I'm not going to be sharing my calories intake, because I just get criticized a lot that either I'm not eating enough, or I'm eating too much, or I shouldn't be having that, or my macros aren't, you know, sufficient. And I get a lot of criticism about that. And to be honest, it works on my mental health. It, you know, reading those comments, and then I start questioning myself. And everybody is different, you know. That's one thing that I always explain in my videos, and I just decided that I'm not going to be sharing that information. So I do apologize if you enjoy seeing that and it helps you, but it's just really hard on my mental health. So I hope you can understand that. All right, so now we are going on to day 3. See, this is pretty simple. All right, so day 3, meal 1, we kind of want to make sure that we're keeping some variety, and make sure that I'm sure a lot of you already follow Anita's channel and Hope's channel. They make different things all the time. They're always keeping it intriguing and appealing to be eating the BBBE. So that's what I really want to try to do as well. But day 3, meal 1, what I am going to do is I am actually going to be making Scotch eggs. So I don't think I've ever had a Scotch egg, but I feel like it's something that I would enjoy. So that is a hard-boiled egg, and then you wrap ground beef around it, and then you bake it. So that is what a Scotch egg is. So I feel like I'm gonna have that for meal number 1. And then meal number 2 is going to be, I'm gonna have a venison steak. I haven't had steak on the menu yet. So I'm gonna have some venison steak with butter, because I do like melted butter on my steak. And I think I'm going to have some, maybe I'll just have some bacon, chopped up bacon with it. Bacon cut up. I think that's what I'm gonna do for day number 3. All right, you guys, so let's go over it here. I'm gonna show you my chicken scratch. All right, so we have written down at the very top all of our groceries, and I only need to get some butter at Costco, which is amazing. Meal number 1 is going to be bacon and eggs. Meal number 2 is going to be a venison roast in the slow cooker with some butter, along with Anita's BBBE bread. Day 2 is going to be bacon sandwiches. Meal 2 is going to be egg salad with bacon with some mayo. And then day 3, meal 1 is going to be some Scotch eggs, and meal number 2 is going to be venison steak with some butter with some cut up bacon, I think. So come back and see how I do. I definitely will be recording as much as I can, probably not daily, but I definitely will be doing what I eat in a day well on this challenge. So make sure that you tune in on Wednesday, please. I will be doing a collab, which I am so excited about. Definitely will be prepping some of the meals that I've shared with you today. So make sure you tune in for the meal prep while I do the BBBE challenge. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a like to let me know that you're liking my content. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so YouTube can notify you when I upload a new video. Thanks for watching.